You're watching MVBN, the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. The host Harlandale Indians and the visiting Medina Valley Panthers here at Frank M. Tejeda Stadium here in San Antonio, Texas. And Jeff, Medina Valley needs to get back on the winning track. I believe they are 0 for 9 in their last nine games, whatever.
0 for 9 or 0 for 10, something like that. But bottom line, Maury, is they're probably hitting about $1.20 over the stretch. And we get into the keys of the game later, but they gotta avoid having any crooked innings. But they gotta hit the ball tonight. They gotta get off the shinai. They gotta start playing softball like Medina Valley can play softball. There's too much talent out here, Maury, to be 0-10 or 0-9 in the last 9 or 10 games.
Well, and I know injuries play a little bit part of it, but you cannot blame injuries on everything. You had a good game going last week, and you give up 5 runs with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning to allow Southwest to break the game open 8-5. But the Panthers had opportunities in that ball game to take the lead several times with the bases loaded and could not come through with a big hit. And that's something that's been missing all year is that big hit.
Well,
big
hit or any hit, period, Mark.
Well, we had 7 hits.
Oh yeah, and how many left on base did we have last? I bet we had 10.
I got it right here. I could tell you.
I bet we had 10 left on base.
Well, let me get
get the right sheet.
This is South San.
Yeah, so I mean, anyway, I mean, you get them on base, but you got to get those
left on base. We had 10 left on base.
There you go. You had 10 left on base in a game that you were tied 3-3. You get one base hit with bases loaded, Maury. It puts the pressure on the other team. You're looking at now a 5-3, 6-3 game, as opposed to and it makes it easier on the pitcher.
Absolutely.
Your pitcher can go out there with a lead and know that they don't have to get every out home plate. That all they have to do is go up there and throw strikes.
Right.
So if you get one of those hits, one of those clutch hits, it changes the whole ball game.
Yeah, it does, and that's just something that just needs to happen. The Panthers need to break out, and maybe this is the game that they turn it around. They're 0-2 in district. They got 2 games next week, one on Tuesday and one on Wednesday. 12 o'clock Tuesday, 10:30 on Wednesday, from what I was told, because Southwest Legacy does not have a JV. But with that said, Jeff, we got to take care of business tonight here at Frank M. Tejeda Stadium and get back on the winning track.
Absolutely, yeah. And so tonight, who are we going with in the circle? Mark, why don't you go ahead and give us our starting lineup?
Starting lineups, Coach Buenteo filled out her lineup card as follows. Leading off and playing center field, Morgan Castiglione. In the number 2 hole and playing left field, Elisa Reyna. Inside the circle for the Panthers and in the 3 spot, Alyssa Montez. The extra hitter is Aubrey Dominguez in the 4 spot. In the 5 spot, playing first base, Mackenzie Kennedy. In the 6 spot and back behind the plate, Kaylee Upton. In the 7 spot and playing third base, Ariel Chichester. In the 8 spot and playing second base, Kinley Crisp. And at shortstop, Elena Gonzalez. And the flex player in right fielder, Haley Marshall. And I would normally say Coach Fernandez for the Harlandale Indians, but she is out with maternity leave. So the assistant coach, Alicia Solis, filled out the lineup card as follows. De Leon leading off and playing center field. Jacinda Salazar inside the circle and batting second. In the number 3 spot, the second baseman, Nina Garcia. In the 4th spot and behind the dish, Savannah Garza. In the 5th spot and playing third base, Nicole Mejia. In the 6th spot and playing shortstop, Angelina Perez. In the 7th spot and playing first base, Jasmine Salazar. In the 8th spot and playing left field, Sandra Valenzuela. And in the 9th spot and playing center field, Esmeralda Gomez. Those are the starting lineups for tonight's game, Jeff, and
yeah, so it's going to, and I like the choice here by Coach Buenteo going back to Montez. Montez was your best pitcher the other night, and she gave you probably, 4 and 2/3 strong innings. Probably almost 5 because she came in the middle of the first inning.
Yeah, and came in and retired all 3 of the outs.
Yeah, so she gave you some good innings, and they're looking for anything positive right now, and that was a positive. Montez had a positive outing. I'm right there with her. Put her out there on the hill again, let her go again, and let her try to get your team a victory in the circle. Now, what's got to happen though is they've got to have some help at the plate. Medina Valley has struggled at the plate, and there's no secret. So it's going to be key getting girls on base and getting those big hits tonight.
Yep. And with that said, we're going to take a commercial break. Panther Softball will continue in just a moment.
Save thousands at the Chevrolet Dealer of the Year, North Park Chevrolet in Castroville. Get a new Silverado posted at $37,999 or lease a Texas edition for $450 a month with 0 down. All new Equinoxes are $4,000 off and new Malibus are $5,000 off. Plus, get 4.99% financing for 72 months. Find new roads at North Park Chevrolet, 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville or at npchevy.com.
Medina Electric Cooperative was built by this community more than 80 years ago to deliver safe, reliable, and affordable energy. We are proud to serve this community beyond the power lines. You can find us supporting your kids' Little League, sponsoring school events, hosting safety presentations, and more. We're honored to belong to this community. Keep up with Medina Electric from the power lines to the sidelines on social media or at medinaec.org.
Peerless Equipment, your South Texas irrigation experts. Peerless Equipment specializes in sales and service of irrigation equipment to the agricultural and wildlife industries. This includes hose reels, big guns, pivot systems, underground pipelines, turbine well pumps, booster pumps, motors, valves, and an inventory of much more. Stop by one of their locations in Hondo and Pearsall or give them a call at 210-434-7867. Peerless Equipment, bringing water to you.
Are you ready for a vacation? Tanya with Travel by Design can help you with all your vacation destination needs. At no cost to you, she can plan all of the details tailored to your unique wants and needs. So all you have to do is enjoy your vacation. Tanya is a certified expert with Disney, Universal Orlando, and California, Sandals, and all cruise lines. Give Tanya a call at 830-931-4834 or visit her Facebook page, Tanya with Travel by Design, for all the latest specials and must-do vacations. Bush's Chicken, one of the oldest locations in Castroville, is proud to serve the Medina Valley area. Bush's Chicken has one goal: be the best. Bush's Chicken knows its success comes from loyal customers in the communities they serve. Stop by Bush's Chicken on Tuesday and get the Tender Tuesday deal, or try their buffalo fries and ask about their Panther special. It's always a hit. Bush's Chicken, 935 Highway 90 East in Castroville. Call them at 830-538-2800.
Texas, 268,000 square miles and then some. Twice as much elbow room as California. There's just no place like Texas. And you can take that to the bank. Texan Bank, poised and ready for a future that's wide open. Member FDIC.
MVBN.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. We have just had the starting lineups announced by the PA announcer and the national anthem, and we're about ready to get this ball game going. For the Panthers, the top three: Castiglione, Reyna, and Montez. Middle three: Dominguez, Kennedy, and Upton. Bottom three: Chichester, Crisp, and Gonzalez. For the Harlandale Indians, inside the circle, Salazar. Behind the plate, Garza. Garcia at second, Salazar at first, Mejia at third, Perez at short, Valenzuela in left, De Leon in center, and Gomez in right field. And, Jeff, I know the Panthers are 0-2. I'm not sure what Harlandale is in district play. Have they won a game?
They're 0-2.
They're
Both
0-2
teams are
also.
0-2.
So both teams, one of these teams has to get their first win tonight in district play. Let's hope it's the Medina Valley Panthers. So Salazar will start inside the circle. Garza behind the plate. Castiglione will lead off for the Panthers. Morgan's been swinging a hot bat. He was 2 for 3 last game against Southwest and scored a run for the Panthers. Left-handed batter in the lineup. Throws from the right side, bats from the left. Looks like Coach Monteo will take over the helm at third base tonight for the Panthers. And we're about ready for the first pitch of the ball game. Panther softball, as always, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet, part of the Kalik Auto Group. And we're ready for the first pitch, Jeff. Wind looked like he was blowing a little from right to left. Old Glory is kind of hanging there, not moving much. But whatever wind is blowing, it will be aided towards the left field fence. Salazar with the first pitch way outside. 1 ball and no strikes.
Castiglione's been doing a good job of being that leadoff hitter. She's rolled a lot of people through the lineup the first month of the season. And Morgan has proven to be the best one with the on-base percentage.
1-0 pitch is high. 2 balls and no strikes.
And she is a slapper.
So Salazar wipes her pitching hand on her pants. Now it steps up, and it's a slap, and it's hit foul. Back behind home plate.
I think that one caught her by surprise.
Yeah, it did.
Little curveball there. Kind of broke late. Looks like Coach Monteo's back over at third base tonight, Maury.
Very animated the last time we saw her at third base. Morgan waits a 2-1 pitch. Ball is lifted into just right at the edge of the grass, and the shortstop Perez makes the play. So, F6 if you're scoring at home for out number 1. It's going to bring up, well, no, that ain't Alicia Reyna. Yes, it is. That's Alicia Reyna.
Alicia Reyna, and she's the lone senior on the Panther roster.
Slightly open stance. Not slightly open, way open stance. Closes it up as the pitch is thrown, and it's ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0 pitch outside, 2 balls and no strikes.
Maury, time change this Sunday.
Yep, Saturday night, Sunday morning. Be sure and change your clocks forward.
Spring forward, spring ahead.
And hopefully it'll be the last time we have to mess with this calamity. 2 balls and 1 strike as that ball is fouled off down the third base line. I wish they'd just leave it at one time and let it
be
go.
Be done with it. I tend to agree.
I kind of like the time that they're moving to, where it's a little lighter, a little more in the evening.
Throws off my circadian rhythms.
I don't have any circadian rhythms. That ball is lifted foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I got mystic rhythms from Rush, but not Acadian rhythms.
Oh, I see what you did there.
They capture my thoughts and carry me away. Nature seems to work in a supernatural way, a mysterious way. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Reyna. Outside, fills up the count. Mejia slightly in at third base. Salazar about 1 step in front of the base at first. Second baseman cheating Reyna over towards the first baseline. Payoff pitch just inside, tight on the knees. Ball 4. So the first base runner for the Panthers come via the walk. He's going to bring up the pitcher, Alyssa Montez. Now Old Glory's waving a little bit towards left field. That's a good sign. See if Alyssa can get one up in that jet stream. Pops this one up, though, towards first baseman in foul ball territory, and Salazar makes the play.
She got it up in the jet stream.
Yeah, unfortunately, that blew it back into play. F3 if you're scoring at home for out number 2. That's going to bring up the flex player, Aubrey Dominguez. Actually, she's listed as the extra hitter in tonight's ball game. Salazar with the pitch. That ball is grounded to shortstop. Shortstop takes it by herself. Perez. Fielder's choice for Dominguez. That's going to be 6 unassisted for out number 3. For the Panthers in that inning, no runs, no hits. We have 1 left on base. We're through half an inning scoreless. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Call State Farm agent Hazel Russell in Castroville at 830-931-3441.
Nobody can design, create, or maintain your lawn better than 3D Landscaping and Irrigation. With over 17 years of experience, owner Ray Doyen and his crew take pride in their craftsmanship and service. They're fully insured, offer free estimates, and multiple references, so you know you're getting the best. 3D does landscaping, lawn maintenance, irrigation, tree installation, lighting, and more. Whether it's residential or commercial, 3D Landscaping and Irrigation has you covered. Give 3D a call at 830-985-9115 or find us online at threedlandscaping.com.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. We head to the bottom of the first. De Leon, Salazar, Garcia, top 3. Garza, Mejia, Perez, middle 3. Salazar, Valenzuela, and Gomez, bottom 3. Montez inside the circle of seating for the Panthers. Her battery mate, Kaylee Upton, behind the plate. Kennedy at first, Crisp at second, Chichester at third, Gonzalez at short. Reyna in left, Castiglione in center, and Marshall in right field. De Leon, the center fielder, leads off. Alana De Leon. Chichester a couple of steps in front of third. Kennedy even at the bag at first. Chopper back to Montez. 1 pitch, 1 out. 1-3 for out number 1.
Well, Maury, at this rate, we'll be home by...
You don't have to say it.
I'm not,
You're jinxing it.
No. Well, after Tuesday night's game.
Wow.
That softball game should never last almost 3 hours. With all the substitutions and the umpire disagreements and the coach disagreements and everything they had going on, that game took forever.
Pitcher just sitting to Salazar, takes the first pitch, strike from Montez. Yeah, we had about, out of 3 hours of the 0-1 pitch, strike called 0-2. About the 3 hours, a little over 3 hours of the ball game, we probably had 2 hours of action and about an hour of I don't know what you'd call it.
Idle.
The 0-2 pitch. That's a base hit, and Jeff, 0-2, that is way too much plate.
Yeah, we had that discussion Tuesday night. It's, I don't know. I mean, and I understand. I think from what I understand about Montez is she doesn't pitch in select ball. And, this is this is the only time she pitches. But, even as a hitter, you should know that if somebody makes a mistake down the middle, I'm going to take advantage of it.
Absolutely.
And Alyssa has been doing a lot of that, but she's been getting outs too. So, Let's see if she can pitch her way out of this.
Garcia takes the ball, her first at pitch. Swing and a miss, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Remember the great job she did Tuesday night, Maury, that 4th inning where they had single
to start off the
and
inning.
we said if she gets out of this with just 1 run, that would be an awesome feat, and she did. She pitched herself out of it. She did a good job.
The 1-1 pitch. Snap throw down the first, and not in time. I believe that was a ball. I believe he's going to say that was inside. 2 balls and 1 strike to Garcia, the second baseman. Runner at first with a 1-out single is Jacinda Salazar. 2-1 pitch, high, 3 balls and 1 strike. Catcher Garza waits on deck. 1 out, scoreless, top of the first. 3-1 pitch.
That's a good pitch right there.
Strike called. Fills up the count now. Payoff pitch coming from Montez.
3 balls, 2 strikes, the count.
Now, in this situation, Maury, you do need to come to the white part of the plate.
Absolutely.
You cannot afford to walk this one and have, 2 base runners.
Ground ball to third. Chichester over to second in time for 1. Relay not in time. But Chichester with a good job of getting the lead runner. 6-4 if you're scoring for out number 2.
That's a 5-4.
5-4, excuse me.
Chichester.
Third baseman Chichester over the second baseman.
Fielder's choice for Garcia.
Here we go. We got our first umpire discussion.
So that's going to bring up the catcher, Savannah Garza. Were they just kind of saying that she didn't get down out of the way and kind of was going to hinder the throw to?
I'm not sure. I didn't see
first. Is that what we were questioning?
I didn't see a coach either way question it, so not sure. We're in the press box tonight, Maury. We're not right behind home plate, so we don't get to hear a lot of the.
Oh, we're right behind home plate.
Yeah, but we don't get to down on the field. We don't get to hear a lot of the extracurriculars that are going on like we would at a Southwest or a Medina Valley.
So no balls in 1 strike. 1-1 snap throw.
Oh, good.
Just a little wide.
Had her leaning.
1 ball and 1 strike. 2 outs. Runner at first is Garcia. Catcher Savannah Garza at the plate.
Well, wasn't that another big play the other night when they had that throw down there and she was called safe.
Check swing high, ball 2.
Kennedy did a great job of applying the blind tag.
And, Jeff, I like being outside every once in a while, but this is pretty nice sitting right up here in this air conditioning.
It's a shame that it's a nice evening and we can't be in the weather, but nice to be in a box up here.
The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Oh, wow.
We had it wrong, Maury.
Swing and miss,
Woo.
3 and out, and number 3.
So that's a strikeout for Montez. No runs on 1 hit, 1 left on base. We're through an inning scoreless. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Save thousands at the Chevrolet Dealer of the Year, North Park Chevrolet in Castroville. Get a new Silverado posted at $37,999 or lease a Texas edition for $450 a month with 0 down. All new Equinoxes are $4,000 off and new Malibus are $5,000 off. Plus, get 4.99% financing for 72 months. Find new roads at North Park Chevrolet, 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville or at npchevy.com.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. We head to the second. Kennedy, Upton, and Chichester for the Panthers, 5, 6, and 7.
Gangnam style.
Each team stranded a runner on base in their first inning. So Salazar back out there for the Indians. Kennedy will lead off for the Panthers. Quick first inning for both pitchers.
Scheduled to bat for the Panthers in the top of the second inning, Mackenzie Kennedy.
You know, Jeff, I watch, and it's kind of been watching softball for a long, long time, been broadcasting softball for a long time. And I watch these young ladies warm up with their swing, with that little
And they
check here.
hit themselves in the back.
But you never do. It never does it. It never transpires to what happens inside the batter's box.
Yeah, I don't know.
Where they go halfway with the swing and then halfway and then pop it. I don't understand where.
Maybe it's just
I don't understand
something they've been taught to work on their follow through.
I guess. First pitch is a ball to Kennedy.
Bruise your opposite backside shoulder.
Yeah. Strike one. 1 ball and 1 strike.
But you see it at every level. College level, they do it. So there must be something to it.
The 1-1 pitch is high, 2 balls and 1 strike.
You know, we talked a lot last week, Maury, about pitch selection. That last inning, our pitch selection, swinging at pitches, was not very good. You come off a girl getting walked, and the next 2 batters swing at the first pitch that was not good pitches to swing at. Mm-hmm. You know, it's you're looking for one out over the plate that you can extend on. Just like right here, Mackenzie Kennedy just got strike 2. That was not a good pitch for her to swing at, even with a strike.
Yep. That pitch was a little in tight, but it was called a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And it drives me crazy because you hear people all the time, swing at that, that's a strike. That may not be a good strike to swing at.
2-2 pitch. The ball is lifted into center field. Center fielder is not going to get it. That's out of here. That's a bomb for Mackenzie Kennedy. Puts the Panthers up 1-0. Wow. That got out of here in a hurry.
And, Maury, she didn't swing at that 1 strike pitch that was in the inside part of the plate. She waited for that pitch that was out over the plate that she could extend on and drive.
And that one was a shot. Almost dead center with a Mackenzie.
What are you going to call it?
Home run.
Home run?
Yep. Upton now steps to the plate for the Panthers.
Here's another one. The other night, Upton hits 2
to the base of the wall. So the Panthers with an early lead via the McBomb from Mackenzie Kennedy. Upton takes the first pitch for a ball. Ball 1.
I believe that may be her 3rd on the season, Maury. I'm not certain.
That was a no-doubter as DeLeon took a couple of steps back and it was out. 1-1 now is the count to Upton. Salazar with the long stare in. The 1-1 pitch in tight and high. 2-1. Ariel Chichester waits on deck as Kennedy has given the Panthers an early 1-0 lead with that home run to deep center. Strike 2 called on the outside corner. 2-2. So Salazar stares into Garza, the 2-2 pitch. That ball is lifted into shallow left field. The left fielder Valenzuela camps under it and makes the play for the first out of the inning. F7 if you're scoring at home for the out. It's going to bring up the third baseman, Ariel Chichester. Chichester up there crowding the plate. That pitch is just high. It was right over the plate, but little up. 1 ball and no strikes. Kennedy Crisp waits on deck for the Panthers. The 1-0 pitch, high, 2 balls and no strikes. Salazar, the 2-0 pitch. Strike called, 2 balls and 1 strike. Right over the outside part of the plate.
You get that pitch, that's
keep going there.
Keep going there. Live there.
Ariel was even over the plate, and I don't know if she could have reached that one. 2-1 pitch. That ball is lifted foul back out of play. 2-2.
That one there, Maury, was a mistake.
Yep.
And she missed it.
Evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
So after falling behind 2-0, Salazar battles back for even the count at 2-2. And the pitch outside, full count. Payoff pitch coming.
Maury, I hadn't looked. Who's leading the PGA or the golf tournament this week?
It was suspended today as it was yesterday, so round 2 is not over yet.
Oh, boy. Did they finish round 1 this morning?
Yes, they sure did. Payoff pitch outside. Second walk issued now to Salazar. Chester moves to first. He's going to bring up the second baseman, Kinley Crisp. Right now, Christian Bezudenhout and Svensson are tied at 8 under. Both of them have some holes to play yet. First pitch to Crisp is high. Ball 1 ball and no strikes.
So we don't even know who made the cut yet.
Nope, but it wasn't me.
You didn't make the cut, huh?
Nope, I took Rory, and he just kind of didn't show up today.
He's probably in the weight room. He likes to lift weights.
The 1-0 pitch. That ball is a rocket. That ain't hard. Hold it either.
That's
a KC Sunshine Band home run for Kinley Crisp. That was a no-doubter as well. And that got out of here in a hurry.
And I believe, Maury, that's her first on the year, but that may be her second career home run.
So 2 RBI home run. The Panthers are on top now 3-0. As that was a no-doubter as well. As Valenzuela just looked up and watched that one go over the left field fence. So the Panthers now are the 3-0 lead. 2 home runs here in the second off the bat of Kennedy and Crisp. Elena Gonzalez now steps to the plate for the Panthers. Elena bats from the left side, one of the slap hitters in the lineup for Medina Valley. First pitch is outside, 1 ball and no strikes.
Now, Elena got called out again the other night for being out of the box. She sometimes will let that front foot, not the front foot actually, I think it's the back foot. She'll step across and get out of the box.
The 1-0 pitch is outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Morgan Castiglione on deck. The 2-0 pitch.
She did it again.
Grab all the short. Shortstop fumbles it.
At her speed, you ain't going to get it.
And that was just not in time after that. Going to be an E6 on the play. It's going to bring up Morgan Castiglione. Morgan popped up to the shortstop to lead off the ball game. Got good speed at first base with Gonzalez. First pitch to Morgan is outside and high, 1 ball and no strikes. Salazar with the 1-0 pitch. Castiglione, beautiful bunt. Second baseman covers. It's the only play they had. That's a sacrifice. 1-4 if you're scoring that home for out number 2. And Jeff, you have a rally going right now. You're getting to the pitcher. I just do not understand playing for one more run here in this situation.
Yeah, top of the order.
I shot inside this 5-6 hole all the way home will be Gonzalez. And that ball is thrown into center field, and another run is going to come in and score. So Reyna with a single drives in a run, and then comes around and scores. Gonzalez comes around and scores. I guess all's well that ends well, Jeff, but
Yep, you still got your big inning.
Still got your crooked number. You got 5 up. Montez now steps to the plate.
Well, there again, I mean, you talk about struggling to get runs, and I guess you got to take them when you can get them.
So Montez popped up to the first baseman on the first pitch she saw, the only pitch she saw. So he's 0 for 1. Fouls that one off. No balls and 1 strike. So a single and then a 2-base throwing error in that inning, in that last at bat for Reyna. Ball is high, 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 outs, Panthers with 5 runs across. A solo home run by Kennedy. A 2-run home run by Crisp. And an RBI for Reyna, and a run scored, an unearned run scored. Swing and a miss, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch, way outside, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the second, Panthers have put a crooked number up with 5 here in the inning. Oh, that's a shot, but it will be foul, as that had enough juice to carry out of the park as well, but just pulled it foul. Montez just ahead of that pitch. 5 runs on 3 hits. Nobody left on base through 1.5. It's Medina Valley 5, Harlandale 0. Panther softball.
Chevrolet in Castroville. Get a new Silverado posted at $37,999 or lease a Texas edition for $450 a month with 0 down. All new Equinoxes are $4,000 off and new Malibus are $5,000 off. Plus, get 4.99% financing for 72 months. Find new roads at North Park Chevrolet, 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville, or at npchevy.com.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. We head to the bottom of the second. Panthers with a 5-run outburst in the top of the second. 2 home runs, 1 by Kennedy and 1 by Crisp, and then an RBI by Reyna, and then came around and scored on a throwing error. So 5-0 now is your score. Harlandale will send to the plate Mejia, Perez, and Salazar. 5, 6, and 7. Montez back out there in the circle for the Panthers. So the third baseman Mejia steps to the plate. Ground ball to Kennedy at first, eats it up. 3 unassisted for the putout. 1 pitch, 1 out. That's going to bring up the shortstop, Angelina Perez.
Nobody on. That's the bat for Harlandale. The shortstop is Angelina Perez.
Another righty in the lineup for the Indians. First pitch for Montez. It's a swing and a miss. 0-1. Apologize if my voice is a little raspy. The pollen was pretty bad today, and allergies kind of got the best of me a little bit. The 0-1 pitch is a ball outside, evens the count at 1-1. Montez, the 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jasmine Salazar, the first baseman, waits on deck. That ball is fouled back right off the tip of the glove by Upton. Could not hold on to that tip. She would have. That would have been a strikeout. But nevertheless, the count still holds at 1 ball and 2 strikes with 1 out. Montez with the 1-2 pitch. Ground ball to short. Gonzalez with it. Throw over to first in time for the put out. 6-3 of her scoring at home for out number 2. That's going to bring up the first baseman, Jasmine Salazar. Lefty batter in the lineup for the Indians. Throws from the right side. First pitch from Montez. Outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Upton tried to bring that one back across the plate, but just too far outside. And the 1-0 delivery. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Salazar steps out, couple of practice swings, now back in the box. And the 1-1 pitch is just off the plate, 2-1. Montez working quickly now, the 2-1 pitch. Ball is lifted foul, evens the count at 2-2. Deuces wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And we're in the second.
Who you like in the NCAAs, Maury?
Who do I like? I picked them last year, and they kind of underachieved, but I kind of like Purdue with the big man that they have in the middle. 2-2 pitch is a swing and a miss for a strikeout. Retired in order, 3 up, 3 down. So no runs, no hits, nobody left. We're through 2, the Panthers 5, Harlandale 0. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Are you ready for a vacation? Tanya with Travel by Design can help you with all your vacation destination needs. At no cost to you, she can plan all of the details tailored to your unique wants and needs. So all you have to do is enjoy your vacation. Tanya is a certified expert with Disney, Universal Orlando, and California, Sandals, and all cruise lines. Give Tanya a call at 830-931-4834 or visit her Facebook page, Tanya with Travel by Design, for all the latest specials and must-do vacations.
Follow us on Twitter at MVBroadNet. This is the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Woo.
I'm good.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. We head to the 3rd inning, Medina Valley up 5-0. Panthers will send to the plate Dominguez, Kennedy, and Upton. 4, 5, and 6 for the Panthers. Salazar back out there for 3rd inning of work for the Indians.
Leading off for the Panthers, Aubrey Dominguez.
Dominguez, fielder's choice, her first at bat. She is 0 for 1 in the contest. As Salazar waits, delivers the first pitch to Dominguez. Strike called, 0-1.
Purdue, huh?
Yep. The 0-1 pitch. Ball is lifted into right field. Right fielder a couple of steps to the left and makes the play. That's Gomez out there for the out. F9 for out number 1. He's going to bring up Mackenzie Kennedy. Kennedy is 1 for 1 with an RBI and a run scored as she rifled one over the center field wall to start the scoring for the Panthers in the second.
And the key to her at bat, Maury, was her pitch selection and what she swung at and what she let go.
First pitch is just off the plate, 1-0. Yep, didn't chase a strike on the inside part of the plate, took it, and then allowed the next pitch to be right down Kirby for the home run. 1-0 pitch, and that shot is lifted into the gap. Left fielder, center fielder over, and that ball is out of here also as that gets over the wall in right center. So the second home run for Kennedy, another home run for Mackenzie. And De Leon and Gomez were tracking it, but ballpark just would not hold it.
Good piece of hitting there again.
Absolutely. Went with the pitch on the outer part of the plate. Kaylee Upton now steps to the plate. Upton is 0 for 1. She flew out to the left fielder. Her previous at bat. 6-0 now is the new score. As Coach Solis goes out there to try to settle her pitcher down inside the circle in Salazar.
I'd like to take a minute to thank some of our advertisers: North Park Chevrolet, Medina Electric, Peerless Equipment, Travel by Design, Bush's Chicken, there's only one chicken joint, Maury, in Castroville, and that's Bush's Chicken.
First pitch to Upton. That's a shot in the left field for a single. So a base hit for Upton.
Texan Bank, Castroville State Bank, 3D Landscaping, who is one of our originals. Maury, 3D Landscaping, the best landscaping company in the area.
Have to agree with you there.
Hazel Russell, State Farm Agent.
Chichester steps to the plate now. Ariel, no official at bat, scored a run. Came around and scored on the home run from Kinley Crisp. That's a swing and a foul back to catcher's feet. 0-1.
We got Security State Bank, the Medina Valley Sports Boosters, and our newest advertiser, the Rusty Rooster Drive-Thru and Car Wash.
So 0-1 to Chichester. Upton the runner at first with 1 out. That's a shot lifted foul back out of play. Chichester now down in the count, 0-2. Kinley Crisp waits on deck. The Panthers have plated 1 run here. Another solo home run for Mackenzie Kennedy. And the 0-2 pitch. Ground ball right up the middle for another base hit. So 3 hits in a row now for the Panthers.
And Chichester needed that, Maury. Sometimes you just need to see the ball get to the outfield and get through to get that, that itch off of you that you can go out there and make something happen and that the ball will fall for you.
Keep swinging. Steps to the plate now. Kinley is 1 for 1 with a run scored and 2 RBI on that 2-run home run. Steps to the plate now with 2 runners on with 1 out. First pitch to Kinley is on the outside part of the plate, 0-1.
That's a good choice not to swing at that pitch. Not something you want to swing at early in the count.
So Upton's at first, Chichester, Upton at second, Chichester at first. 1 out, Crisp at the plate. The 0-1 pitch is a swing and a miss, 0-2.
Like the same pitch.
Salazar, the 0-2 pitch. Wow, and that crossed up the catcher. She was set up outside, and that one came inside. So 1 ball and 2 strikes now with 1 out. Salazar staring in, gets the signs from our battery mate Garza. The 1-2 pitch, just off the plate, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 2 runners on. And the pitch. That's a shot in the left field. It's by the left fielder going to the wall. Upton will score. Chichester will score. And Chris stands at second base. So that's an RBI single and a run scored on the error.
We got a single for Kelly Chris, a couple of runs across the plate. Kaylee Upton, Ariel Chichester. We run 7 to 8, 1 to Medina Valley.
So 8 runs now across. Chris now is 2 for 2. Elena Gonzalez now at the plate. Elena reached on an error by the shortstop, came around and scored. On Reyna's single. Gonzalez takes the first pitch outside. Ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. The 0-1 pitch, or 1-0 pitch is high, 2-0.
More to talk about the afternoon matinee games, softball and baseball. We're going to try to have Dwayne Garza filling in where he can. Jared Lucky will be back. He'll be doing a baseball game or 2 if he can.
Foul ball. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Gonzalez. Bunts that one, and it's going to go foul, 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes and 1 out.
So softball games. Let's start with softball. Softball games next week. We're going to have Tuesday at noon. The Panthers will be at home taking on McCullum. And then Wednesday at 10:30 a.m., they will be at
Legacy.
They will be at Southwest Legacy.
The 2-2 pitch is outside, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
The boys play at home. Baseball plays at home, I believe, Tuesday against no, actually, the boys probably play over here Tuesday, don't they?
Payoff pitch.
Be against Harlandale.
Ball 4.
Over here at 7 p.m. You know what, why don't I just pull out my schedule, Maury?
Yep.
So I'm giving false information.
We head back to the top of the order with Morgan Castiglione. Morgan flew out and then sacrificed, so she is 0 for 1. Runners at first and second. Crisp at second. Gonzalez at first. First pitch to Castiglione is a shot into left field for a base hit. Crisp will be waved home. Will stand up. A good heads-up job of running the bases by Gonzalez as she goes to third on the throw home. Castiglione goes to second. So Crisp comes around and scores. Gonzalez at second.
All right, so we're going to take a little break here, and we are going to have Alicia Reyna up at the plate. Reyna is currently 1 for 1. She had a walk in the first inning. First pitch to Reyna is driven out to right field. That's going to be over the right fielder's head. That's going to be extra bases for Reyna, and she will go 3. She's looking for 3. The throw to third is going to be in time. She will be cut down at third base, but not before 2 more runs score for the Panthers as they run it now to 10-0. is going to bring up Elisa Montes. Montes is 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts. Montes hits one to left field up in the air, and it is out of here. That ball just looked like the left fielder had a play on it, and that ball just kept carrying. Got up into that airstream Maury was talking about. And that will make the score now 12. Sorry, I had it wrong earlier. That is now 12-0. Montes with an RBI. Brings up Dominguez, the extra hitter. Aubrey Dominguez in a 12-0 game with 2 outs. Catcher calls time to kind of get everybody refocused here for the Indians.
Number 88 is Aubrey Dominguez.
We are in the top of the 3rd inning. Dominguez takes that first pitch strike. 0-1 to Dominguez. A 1 pitch. A little check swing punch to the second baseman where she'll scoop it up and throw it, and not before the Panthers have done a little bit more damage as they plate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more runs. We're going to the bottom of the 3rd, Medina Valley, with a 12-0 lead. We'll be right back after this message from our sponsors.
The Medina Valley Sports Boosters are proud to support the Medina Valley Panthers. The Boosters are always looking for volunteers and new members. The MVP Boosters raise funds to support the MVISD sports and scholarship programs. Get your Panther swag at the football store located next to the concession stand. We have several items on sale. Join, volunteer, or purchase your Panther swag today at mvpboosters.com.
Welcome back to the North Park Chevrolet broadcast of Medina Valley Panther softball. Panthers with a 12-0 lead. We're going to the bottom of the 3rd inning as the Indians come to bat. Maury, I'm looking at your score sheet here, and I can't find the second out anywhere. I don't know where your second out was, but there were 3 outs.
Laying at third base.
That's right, the fielder's choice.
Right when I was exiting the building.
There you go.
Had to use the restroom.
Thanks for that. I got the hits. We got another home run. I got that in there. All right.
We hit another home run?
Yep, there's your score sheet.
Who hit it?
Montez.
All right.
So we have a 12-0 game now.
There's not a 15-run rule. It's just in tournaments, right?
I believe so.
There is a 15-run. That won't matter anymore.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's another first pitch swinging. Out.
So 3 unassisted for the out. For out number 1.
All right, and then what I was talking about before Maury had to leave was we were talking about the baseball games coming up next week. I know they play Tuesday and Friday. Tuesday is a 7 o'clock game. Friday is a day game. I believe it's a noon game. Now I don't know what to do with my papers, Maury.
So the center fielder, Esmeralda Gomez, steps to the plate. First pitch, bunt attempt. Is bunted through for strike 2.
There they are. Didn't put them back in the right spot.
0-2.
All right, so baseball plays.
Ball is lifted foul. Count stays at 0-2.
They play at Southwest High School Tuesday. 7 o'clock game at Southwest High School. We hope to have that one for you with Jared Lucky back on the call.
What time is that one?
That's a 7 p.m. game.
7 p.m.?
Maybe Jared and Maury.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. And then on Friday is a 1 o'clock game, and it will be here at Harlandale versus the Harlandale Indians.
Early
1 o'clock
game
game.
starts are tough for me. The 0-2 pitch is outside, 1-2. The 1-2 pitch, high, 2-2. A check swing, and he says palms down, no go. I believe that was the correct call for that. So 12-0 is your score. That ball is lifted back out of play. Count holds at 2-2. Gomez back in there. Waits the 2-2 pitch. A strike call, a backwards K for out number 2. We head back to the top of the order. Alana De Leon at the plate.
Borrow your pen there, Maury.
Alana grounded out to the pitcher her previous at bat. She is 0 for 1. Montez delivers the pitch, and it is a strike called. 0-1. De Leon back in there. Waits the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Two outs here in the bottom of the third. Panthers with a 12-0 lead. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Throw down to complete the put out. 2-3 for the out. For the Indians, no runs, no hits. Nobody left on base. We head to the fourth. Medina Valley 12. Harlandale 0. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Save thousands at the Chevrolet Dealer of the Year, North Park Chevrolet in Castroville. Get a new Silverado posted at $37,999 or lease a Texas edition for $450 a month with 0 down. All new Equinoxes are $4,000 off and new Malibus are $5,000 off. Plus, get 4.99% financing for 72 months. Find new roads at North Park Chevrolet, 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville or at npchevy.com.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. We head to the fourth. Panthers will send to the plate 5, 6, 7. Kennedy, Upton, and Chichester. Mackenzie Kennedy with 2 home runs in the ball game tonight for the Panthers. 2 solo shots. 1 to dead center and 1 to right center. So 2 for 2, 2 runs scored, 2 RBI. Upton also 1 for 2 in the ball game with a run scored. So the Panthers looking to add to this 12-0 lead here as Salazar's back out there for the innings for her 4th inning of work.
All right, one more time, a Visa debit card was found on the premises.
So let's see if Kennedy can keep that bat red hot for the Panthers.
Or a good run explosion here tonight by the Panthers. Definitely something they needed for their confidence as they gear up for a big game Tuesday now against McCullum.
McCullum, absolutely. First pitch is a strike called, 0-1. Salazar with a long staring, the 0-1 pitch, and that shot is lifted.
Gosh, she hit another one.
Not a hitter. It's gone. Back-to-back home runs for Mackenzie Kennedy. That is her third on the night. Another solo blast. And that was another no-doubter.
Trifecta.
And, Jeff, all she has to do now if she comes up again is hit it to left field because there was one in center, one in right center, and now one in left center.
Yep. Now, she did have a game 2 years ago. It was, I believe it was down in maybe in the Carrizo Springs tournament, if I'm correct. But she hit 4 in one game. That was as a freshman. So that's a big bat to get hot.
So 3 blasts for Mackenzie Kennedy. And the Panthers now up 13-0 as Kaylee Upton steps to the plate. Upton is 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. First pitch is ball low. 1 ball and no strikes. Salazar with the 1-0 pitch. That ball is lifted. It'll go in foul ball territory behind home plate. Evens the count at 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, nobody out. Salazar in the circle, Upton at the plate. The 1-1 pitch. Strike called. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One-two pitch, low, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. New score 13-0 here in the top of the 4th in favor of the Panthers. And the 2-2 pitch. That ball is lifted out of play. Going to fall almost into the bleachers, but the screen protects the fans. Count will stay at 2-2. Ariel Chichester waits on deck.
I'm surprised Harlandale hadn't gone to that netting Maury all the way around their field.
Ball is lifted out to the second baseman, and Garcia makes the play. F4 for out number 1.
You know what I mean? They got the hurricane fence around the backstop here instead of going to that, like Medina Valley did, go to that
the netting. Going to have a pinch hitter now for Chichester. Claire Bain now will bat for Chichester. Chichester was 1 for 1, a walk, a single, and 2 runs scored. She's had a good night at the plate. Now let's see if Claire Bain can keep it going here for the Panthers. Waits the first pitch from Salazar. Ground ball to third. Mejia over to first in time for the put out. 5-3 for out number 2. It's going to bring up Kinley Crisp. Kinley is 2 for 2. 3 RBIs. And 2 runs scored. 2-run home run. and an RBI single. Takes that first pitch outside for ball one. 1 ball and no strikes. So Chris having a good night at the plate, 2 for 2. 3 RBI, 2 runs scored. Crisp awaits the 1-0 pitch. That's outside, 2-0. Elena Gonzalez waits on deck. Should Crisp extend this 4th inning for the Panthers? 2-0 pitch outside, 3-0. Pitch. High, ball 4. 4-pitch walk issued to Crisp. It's a 4th walk issued for Salazar. It's going to bring up Elena Gonzalez. Elena is 0 for 1. Reached on an error and walked her last at bat. Ground ball in the hole in the right field. Crisp holds at second base, so a 2-out single for Gonzalez.
Gonzalez with the base hit, puts runners at first and the second for the Panthers with 2 outs.
So we head back to the top of the order with Morgan Castiglione. Morgan is 1 for 2. Fly out to the shortstop, a sacrifice, a hit, and an RBI. 1 for 2. With an RBI in the ball game. For your leadoff hitter, Castiglione. A ball is lifted out of play, back behind home plate. No balls and 1 strike.
And that one didn't make it all the way down,
nope.
Maury.
Got hung up in the netting. So Crisp is your runner at second. Gonzalez at first with 2 outs. 1 strike on the batter, Castiglione. Ground ball to short. Shortstop over to third for the putout. Did she hold on to it? No. She dropped the ball as Mejia could not hold on to it.
Well, Crisp wasn't expecting that throw because she just kind of lollygagged into third base, and she would have been out if she would have squeezed it. But that's not the play for the shortstop to make right there. You either go to second or you go to first.
You need to go to second or first with that one. Yeah, she went across her body to go to third. But nevertheless, Panthers with the bases loaded now. Elisa Reyna at the plate. Ground ball in the hole for a base hit. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. 2-out RBI single for Reyna. She drives in 2 more.
A couple of RBIs. Kenny Crisp, Elena Gonzalez across the plate for the Panthers. Runners at first and second now, 2 outs. Alyssa Montes.
So Reyna with a good game at the plate. A walk, a single, a double, a single. 4 RBI and a run scored. 15-0 is your new score now for Alyssa Montez.
You know, Maury, that would normally be grounds for player of the game.
Pretty close.
Except when you have somebody hitting 3
home
runs in one game.
So Montez coming off of a home run of her own, her last at bat. She is 1 for 3, 2 pop-ups and a home run with an RBI and a run scored. The 1-0 pitch is a strike called, evens it up at 1-1.
It's a good take there by Montez.
And Jeff, those are unearned runs there because Harlandale should have been out of that inning.
Right, yes, sir. All right, we've given up a few unearned runs in the last 8-9 games.
Yes, we have. That's a ball lifted to the shortstop. Shortstop in and makes the play for the putout. F6 for the 3rd out of the inning. But for the Panthers, in that inning. 3 runs, 2 hits, 1 left on base. Through 4.5, Medina Valley 15, Harlandale 0. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Medina Electric Cooperative was built by this community more than 80 years ago to deliver safe, reliable, and affordable energy. We are proud to serve this community beyond the power lines. You can find us supporting your kids' Little League, sponsoring school events, hosting safety presentations, and more. We're honored to belong to this community. Keep up with Medina Electric from the power lines to the sidelines on social media or at medinaec.org.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet.
Mark, I'm going to go ahead and read a little spot here for the Rusty Rooster drive-through and car wash over there in Castroville. Make a quick stop on your way home from work or drop by on the weekend to grab some drinks without ever leaving your truck. Rusty Rooster is the place for quenching your thirst from sunup to sundown. After all, anything goes till the rooster crows.
Absolutely. So Montez back out there for the Panthers. No balls and 1 strike. Montez, through 3 innings, has just faced 1 over the minimum, and that was the single in the first inning by Jacinda Salazar. That ball is lifted into right center. Right fielder in and makes the play for the putout. Marshall for the putout. F9 for out number 1. That is the first fly out of the ball game for the Indians. Previously had 5 ground outs and 4 strikeouts. Swing and a miss to Nina Garcia, the second baseman. Garcia reached base on a fielder's choice in the first inning, but was stranded at first. Just inside under the elbows, 1-1. Garcia with a pop-up. Catcher Upton almost makes a good play, but right off the tip of her glove in foul ball territory.
She stuck that glove out there and ran and just almost got there.
So 1 ball and 2 strikes now as Garcia will step back in there for the Indians. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. 5 strikeouts now.
2 outs, nobody on. And next to bat for Harlandale, the catcher, Savannah Garza.
Catcher Savannah Garza steps to the plate. Savannah is 0 for 1. She struck out to end inning number 1. So 5 strikeouts, 5 ground outs, and 1 fly out for the 11 outs so far through 3 2/3. First pitch is way high and outside, 1-0. Beautiful Friday night here in San Antonio at Frank M. Tejeda Field. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss, evens the count at 1-1. Garza steps out. Now back in, awaits the 1-1 pitch from Montez, and that's just up in the zone, 2-1. still.
Sorry, it's 2-2.
2 balls and 2 strikes.
Two balls, 2 strikes the count. Savannah got to it.
Montez with the 2-2 pitch. That ball is lifted in the infield. Crisp calls it and makes the play right behind the pitcher's mound for the putout. Another perfect inning for Montez. F4 if you're scoring at home. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base. We head to the 5th. Medina Valley 15. Harlan. Oh, that'll be the ball game, as that's the 15-run rule. And we will be back with
Peerless Equipment, your South Texas irrigation experts. Peerless Equipment specializes in sales and service of irrigation equipment to the agricultural and wildlife industries. This includes hose reels, big guns, pivot systems, underground pipelines, turbine well pumps, booster pumps, motors, valves, and an inventory of much more. Stop by one of their locations in Hondo and Pearsall, or give them a call at 210-434-7867. Peerless Equipment, bringing water to you.
We'll see you Tuesday morning for the game.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. Panthers get back on the winning track tonight with a run rule here through 4 innings. 15-0 is your score. And Jeff, a well-needed win for the Panthers, and it got started in the 2nd inning with Mackenzie Kennedy leading off with a home run, and followed that up with not back-to-back, but back-to-back-to-back home runs. And Mackenzie Kennedy is our player of the game, sponsored by Tanya Stivers and
Tanya's Travel by Design.
Go,
get it out. Yep, there you go. Yeah, no, it was kind of a sluggish start. The first inning was not real. I don't think we had a pitch runner.
And what did you say was the problem? The pitch selection.
Yeah, and once Mackenzie got her kid, Mari, and we talked before, hitting is contagious, just as lack of hitting is contagious. And you get Mackenzie Kennedy off, with her first at bat with a home run. Well, it kind of led to some other good swings. The girls took some good swings tonight and made every one of them count. And congratulations on getting their first W for district.
Yeah, there was quite a few girls who had a great game at the plate also. Elisa Reyna was perfect at the plate. She had a walk, 2 singles, a double, 4 RBI, 5 RBI, a run scored. You had Kinley Crisp at the plate with 2 hits and a base on ball. She was 2 for 2. Elena Gonzalez was 1 for 2, but she had a walk and a base hit. I mean, you had hits all over the place. Morgan Castiglione doing a great job again leading off for the Panthers. Jeff, this was just a all-in-all good team effort, and it's what the Panthers needed to try to turn this 2023 campaign around.
Big games coming up next week because you can't lose pace with South San.
And the reason that the games are during the week is because it is spring break week.
Yep.
That is why
pretty much everybody, I believe, except maybe Southwest is on spring break.
That is why that the games are playing during the day.
Here's the schedule for next week, Maury.
Okay.
Softball Tuesday plays at home at noon versus McCullum. They turn around Wednesday and play a 10:30 game at Southwest Legacy. So that's their 2 district games next week, or Tuesday and Wednesday. And why the baseball and softball don't do the same thing, I don't know. That's up to the district.
That's past our pay grade.
Baseball plays Tuesday at Southwest, a 7 o'clock game, and then they back it up Friday at Harlandale with a 1 o'clock game. So if I'm a betting man, I'm going to say that we have – that's right. Yeah, he just brought up a good point. Yep. It is pitch counts, baseball. That's why they can't do it, because they have the pitch count rule. So softball will play we'll probably try to do the softball game at noon on Tuesday. Dwayne Garza may be on the call for that one with our man Gary coming in from college.
Garrison.
And Don't know that we would do the Wednesday game. We would probably do the Tuesday night baseball game at Southwest with Jared Lucky back on the call. Not sure. Probably won't be doing the Friday at Harlandale, but that'll be up to Dwayne and Garrison if they want to do that game.
Right.
So we'll just see.
I know
but we
pretty
will
much,
have a schedule out next week.
I know pretty
to let
much
you know.
I'm going to be out for
Yep.
the 2 early games because I do, unfortunately, have a regular job of my own.
You have a real job?
Yep.
Okay. Well, enjoy your spring break, Maury.
Yeah, I want to thank everybody for tuning in and listening. I want to thank our sponsors, but because of them, you're able to join in and listen to these ball games. And there is still room to jump on board. You contact Jeff Stivers at 830-931-4504 or reach him at MV Broadcast Network. Just send him a text. Different packages for all kinds of businesses. He'll work with you, work around your schedule, and everything else. But I want to remind everybody to turn the clocks forward. The time will change. Saturday night, Sunday morning. So spring forward and make sure you get your clocks changed. And with that being said, for